Remember the last time you gave an outdoor party and had to cope with a rainstorm? Well, just so you don't feel alone, we are here today at the White House, where an annual event for over 3,500 people had to be canceled. Hi, I'm Joe Ruggiero, editor of the Living Magazine, and in just a moment, we'll be going inside to talk with the lady who plans these events. Don't go away.
The Living Magazine. Brought to you by Ethan Allen Galleries. We help you make beautiful rooms.
Coming through the southeast gate.
As director of the visitor's office for the White House, Carol McCain makes sure every event runs without a hitch.
The flow coming in through here, but your performer.
Carol's job requires the organization of many participants and creative ideas which make any White House event extra special. Carol took us behind the scenes into the First Lady's garden, the site of many important activities. Later we met in the East Reception Room of the White House, where we spoke about the events she plans and how she coped with the inclement weather.
It was going to be too cold and too wet to have children crawling around in the grass. So we just told the performers, as many of them as would like to stay, were welcome to stay, and we would place them along the colonnade into where the White House itself begins, and that we would use them in the grand foyer upstairs in the house to give away the bags of little goodies that we have for the kids every year. And the clowns were going to be giving out balloons anyway, so we placed them up on the driveway outside the north portico. Traditionally, the house is always open on Easter Monday for a public tour of the house.
How did it start? I think that's an interesting story, right?
The egg roll started here at the White House 106 years ago. Originally, the mothers took their children down to the Capitol grounds the day after Easter because it's always been a school holiday in this city. Legend has it that Rutherford B. Hayes was driving by in his carriage, and one of the children went up to him and said, "Mr. President, can we come over to your house for the egg rolling?" And he said, "I don't see why not." And the next year they came down to the White House, and it's been here ever since.
Carol, I love the gardens in Washington. It's just amazing how beautiful everything is. Who was responsible for that?
Well, I think a large portion of the credit should go to Lady Bird Johnson. It's really amazing what she was able to accomplish as far as having all the permanent flowers in this city. Mm-hmm. And it's something that people really comment on, so we know it's appreciated by a lot of visitors.
Also of interest is the First Lady's Garden.
The First Lady's Garden,
How did
right.
that come about?
The First Lady's Garden was done for Jacqueline Kennedy by President Johnson after Jack Kennedy had been assassinated. Following the death of President Kennedy, the country, as you know, was devastated. And his way of showing her how badly he felt, I think, was to do that garden in a style to commemorate her to that particular garden. Mm-hmm. And it's beautifully done.
Another garden which is very popular is the Rose Garden, which is used for a lot of signings.
Bill signings, right. And obviously, anything that can be held outside in the good weather, we like to hold outside. The grounds are beautiful.
What was your favorite event that you've staged here?
Oh gosh, I suppose the first 4th of July I was here, we did a big picnic for the White House staff, and that was really terrific. We did it like an old-fashioned 4th of July, in that we built a gazebo and we had old-fashioned entertainment, barbershop quartets and that type of thing.
Carol, you have an important job. You come to the White House, which is probably the most respected house in all of the United States. What kind of feeling do you have when you report to work every day?
Well, I think the feeling is a feeling that I had when I first came here. I mean, I didn't know which way to go. I was very nervous about going all the way through the house. When I first came in this house, I whispered all the time because I wasn't sure. It was it's like talking in church. So I was walking along, and there came the president, coming right at me, and it was right out in the Rose Garden, and he stopped, and he put his arms around me, and he said, "Carol, can you believe we're here?" And I thought, gosh, no, I just can't believe it.
I've been talking with Carol McCain here in the White House I'm Joe Ruggiero for this edition of the Living Magazine.